just outlined, the video and this whole tense diplomatic standoff that's been going on between India and Canada. When a prime minister stands up in Parliament and says, we have credible allegations of a potential link of Indian government officials in the murder of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, you would imagine that there would be on the record evidence or some kind of backup to that claim. Because this is a huge claim to be making of a foreign government, and for a prime minister to be standing in Parliament and making that claim. Have you seen any evidence? Would the evidence be shared, particularly with the Five Eyes partners? Would it be shared with India? Why would a prime minister go to such great lengths to do this if he's not sure of the evidence?
Well, that is the basic question, and you put your finger right on it. On the face of it, it's astounding and absurd for a prime minister to stand up without presenting evidence. And if you look at the language, there's a language about possible and potential and so forth, as opposed to the very facts which would support it. And I think Prime Minister Trudeau is in very, very deep problems unless he can present those kind of facts in pretty short order. You may have seen the film, of course you did, from the parliamentary session when people were backing him up. Mm-hmm. But already the leader of the opposition is saying, you better come up with the facts and pretty darn quick. Or else your career is basically going to be ended.
What would the bar for that evidence be? How high should the bar for that evidence be for him to have said something like this and so publicly? And look at the ramifications of it. It's literally put the diplomatic relationship in jeopardy.
Well, I think that, the basic criminal bar has to be met. It has to be beyond a reasonable doubt that you can have this, because what you're doing is throwing not only Canadian relations with India into turmoil, but as you've mentioned, all of the Five Eyes are drawn into this, not only the United States, but others. And so after we have made so much progress that I've been personally working on for about 30 years to do this, I think you have to meet a very, very high standard, not just the kind of reports. When I was in government, you saw all kinds of reports from the CIA, and some of them panned out and some of them didn't, and that's not sufficient to do the kind of thing that he's done.
So let me ask Ambassador Parthasarathy this. We have put out this video of Nijjar. Like I said, we put it out on air first in 2017. He is seen brandishing and using a weapon which is banned in Canada. Ordinary citizens are not allowed to carry these kind of semi-automatic or fully automatic weapons. Unlike in the US, in Canada and most other Western societies, you're not allowed to carry such heavy weapons. So why would a government, a prime minister, go to such great lengths to defend a character who is seemingly dubious? I mean, forget about this video for a moment, Ambassador Parthasarathy. Even his entry into Canada, the first time he applied for asylum, it was rejected. He married a woman there of Indian origin, a Canadian woman of Indian origin. Again, it was rejected because the immigration authorities were not convinced of his intentions. And it was rejected a third time, and somehow in 2015, and this is if you go by the current Immigration Minister of Canada, in 2015 he became a citizen. He enters in 1997. The Canadian authorities wait till 2015 to give him citizenship. Surely, this is not a character who's above board.
Well, look, I think you have to look at the Trudeau factor along with this, many other things. I think he's got himself too tied up with the Muslim and the Sikh population in Canada. He thinks they're going to deliver results to him, and has gone out bent backwards to accommodate them, especially the Sikhs and now more recently even the Muslim community. So he has these peculiar things. I mean, it's very strange. We had such a close relationship with Canada, where our intelligence agency, the RAW, had an official posted there to liaise with Canadian intelligence. And here is this man going completely off the board and forgetting this sort of a relationship. He has, I don't know what sort of deals he struck, but he seems to believe that the limited number of Pakistani Muslims who've come there and whatever have come by way of the Sikhs, they are going to be a great electoral asset. Remember one fact, his own political position in Canada is dicey, close.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been a great prime minister bringing glory to Canada since then. And I think right now he's going to extremes. He's going to do things which I can't imagine a rational Canadian prime minister doing. And we have reached out to him. Mr. Modi has reached out to him. But the way he has been sort of seeking support from the population which is coming from Pakistan and from this flow of 770,000 Sikhs from India who are being brainwashed by the Pakistanis there. I know where there is a strong Pakistani presence there. And people who have gone, in all honesty, are being made into Khalistanis.
Okay.
So he is guilty of a hell of a lot.
Lieutenant General KG Singh, this comes at a time when, the so-called Khalistan sentiment is almost near absent in Punjab. If anywhere it should have been alive, if indeed there is this grouse within the Sikh community and the diaspora is all sort of hyper about it, then, there is no resonance at all, not even an iota in Punjab. In fact, one of our reporters went to Punjab recently to the village of Amritpal Singh, this man who's been arrested now and who's in a jail in Assam. There's not a single Khalistan or pro-Khalistan poster or graffiti or slogan anywhere in that village. There's absolutely zero sentiment in heartland Punjab. So then why should we believe that Justin Trudeau suddenly wants to revive and support this Khalistani constituency? I mean, yes, how much of it is domestic political compulsions? I'm just trying to understand where that domestic political compulsion is coming from, because in the heart of Punjab, like I said, no one is asking for a separate Khalistan state.
See, Zaka, Jai Hind, it's good to be on your show on a very important issue. See, the problem is he is being controlled by Jagmeet Singh Dhaliwal Jimmy from National Democratic Party. And what he's managed to do is the Indian diaspora in Canada has got divided also. I have friends there who tell me that it's just the fringe element. The large silent majority is not approving what he's doing. And as a person who's living in Indian Punjab, I have a legitimate query that why are you making it difficult for my state?